Hey, what's up? It's me again. Can't talk very loud and I can't make a long video for a number of reasons. I'm no longer getting the opportunities I used to get to make videos, and while I'd love to go into more detail about it, I can't at the moment because it's a long story. It has a lot to do with this stupid COVID stuff, which I'm getting really sick and tired of. It is ridiculous. We're gonna be in August soon and still hearing about this virus that should have been a thing of the past by the beginning of the summer, you know. And so, what I want to talk about today, which I'm not sure how long I'll really have to go into this, but I just want to make a video response to something, and I want to talk about other things too. Something that Nick posted on Twitter. Which character do you most identify with? And of course, my answer, if you have to pick one of the 8 children, is none of them, okay? And if you want to know why, well, just click on my name and you'll see countless videos as to why this is. But really and truly, I shouldn't have to make all these videos explaining why I feel the way that I do. Because, like I said, even if you could convince me, which you never will, that Angelica wore panties or didn't crap her pants, I still wouldn't identify with any of the kids, not even Susie. Okay? And even if Susie were white and a brunette, I still wouldn't fully identify with her. And I really shouldn't have to justify that as a woman. Why a child character just doesn't represent me in any way. So if I had to pick a character on the show, I'd pick one of the adults, or Taffy, the babysitter. But, I really shouldn't have to justify, not identifying with children on a show that are too young for official public school, which means kindergarten through 12. They're not even 5, not one of them. And these idiots that want to imagine them to be are just idiots, wanting the girls to be closer to their age so that they can justify their pedophilic attraction to her. Okay? But, I really shouldn't have to waste my time making videos justifying why I feel the way I do and why I will just never be convinced that she ever was potty trained or wore panties in Rugrats. Which, believe me, I wear panties and I know what panties look like, and that's just not it. Okay? So, I shouldn't have to justify why I don't identify with any of the 8 kids in Rugrats or any other show that's similar to it. That's like asking me to identify with one of the characters in Little People, okay? Or, one of the children on Sophia the First, or any other show that's geared at children of the preschool age and not much older, okay? So I shouldn't have to identify with any characters on a children's show. In fact, I was already too old to be watching that show and a lot of others by the time I even saw the first episode in my life, which, by the way, the first episode I ever saw was Down the Drain, and I was more surprised, let's say, by the fact that Chucky was supposed to be male and Tommy than by the fact that they were voiced by women, because they don't have a you-know-what, and it's plainly obvious. So, anyway. So, yeah, I don't identify with child characters on children's shows. Never have, never will, and you can't force me to. And when adults identify with child characters and animal characters, it really makes me wonder what the hell's the matter with them. Okay, so I don't identify with them. I wasn't watching them because they were relatable to me in any way. And I will continue, just like I said in my video about how I won't buy clothing with cartoon babies or cartoon anything really. Because you know what? Even an adult cartoon character is just one crazy episode away from crapping their pants, if you know what I mean. And the more I think about that third movie, the more I believe that perhaps all 9 of them crapped their pants in the submarine. I mean, who's to say it wasn't a group poop, if you know what I mean. Um, so anyway, I don't identify with cartoon characters, especially babies. And I never should have to. You know, today I'm wearing a pineapple shirt and just a pretty necklace. I got my nails painted. And, it's like when I go through life, I want people to see me as a classy lady, like my mom wants me to be, or at least an adult. Even if I woke up as a male tomorrow, I still wouldn't dress like a little weirdo and wear stupid children's cartoon characters on my shirt. So, I would want to be like a real man, like a real Texas man, not, some little dweeb. Um, so, yeah, I'm probably going to be spending another month here. And, while, like I say, I have nothing against things that are, say, beneath me as far as, target audience, because, I like little dolls like this. Um, Actually, this is a ballerina doll that I got years ago for Christmas. And here's the blonde version of her. And, they had like several different versions of her in the store. And my grandma bought me that many years ago when she was alive, which I don't have any living grandparents. And then I have this little girl, I'm sure you can imagine who she reminds me of, about 100 years prior or 200 years prior. And then I made this one into a little boy. See, he was actually a little girl. And I have several other dolls. I have this Mardi Gras boy, which needs to be dusted, that I got from someone. I don't even know how or why they got it, but this lady died and I inherited this. But, so I love little collectibles and dolls and, things like that, but I'm just not willing to degrade myself to the level of identifying with something and wearing it on my clothing, because I feel like, even if you have a character, pretend for a moment, like let's just say Hey Arnold or Helga or something. Sure, they've never crapped their pants, to my knowledge, on screen. But, if the right or wrong person animated them to do so, they're just a few drawings and voice recordings from doing it. You know what I mean? Somebody could make a PowerPoint, which, whether or not I've ever done such a thing, well, if I did, I'm sure I deleted it by now. But, all somebody has to do is make their own cartoon of them crapping their pants. And, that would be good enough for me to say that they did. Somebody could just draw a picture of them like that. So my point is, cartoon characters, really just don't represent me. And I don't want to wear them on my clothes because, like I say, their legacy changes over time. And, even before any of the Rugrats movies, I never would have worn clothing with them on it because I would have been embarrassed and ashamed to. And I remember having a watch with Angelica on it, and, as much as I liked it and thought it was cute, I just didn't want to wear it to school. Because, I wanted to be cool. So, yeah, I don't go through the effort of combing my hair and painting my nails or having my mom do it so that I can be silly and wear cartoon characters on my clothes. So the only value that any future Rugrats or children's cartoon content could ever have for me would be, some sort of a little doll of sorts. If there were collectibles that I liked, that would be about the only value that such a reboot could really have with me as far as, clothing and things that you wear, things that you eat. Well, they just have nothing to offer me in that way.